Hello, welcome back. My throat hurts because I've been filming 4 videos. This is my 4th video of the day for 2 channels. So I was scrolling through my recommended feed for this channel. I love a tag video right now. I think they're really nice to do when you're like a new channel. I don't know, I feel like sometimes maybe people don't want to look up specific book reviews. I don't know. Tags are low key, and I've done a few. I will have a playlist linked somewhere around here if you want to go check those out. But this one I saw on their recommended home feed, whatever, and it was the last book tag. Let's go. What was the last book that I bought? This might be a tricky question because I've gone to Goodwill multiple times this week. So I've gone to like Goodwill and half-price books multiple times this week, but I'm just gonna do today's trip because I did end up going to a library sale, which I didn't get anything because just so many people won't let you get through and look at books. So I picked up Animal Farm by George Orwell at Goodwill. Most people have read this in high school. I did not. Let's see, we were assigned 1984, that type of deal, but I don't think my class read Animal Farm. And I don't know if this is my type of book now, but you know, I'm always trying to get out of my comfort zone, and it's a classic, and it was also 99 cents. Also, I just really like how small this is. It's funny because I was looking at mass paper books and stuff, and I felt like those were too small and the writing was too small, but well, I guess this isn't so bad. You want to read? You're an animal. Do you want to read? Aww. You have any opinions? That's not too bad though. I don't know if you can see it very well from here, but so I got Animal Farm. Then I got The Handmaid's Tale by Margaret Atwood. I have half a mind to think that I already had this on Kindle from years and years ago. I want to say like 2018. So it's possible I have it on Kindle. I can't remember how well I liked it because I know I've read it. Again, 99 cents. Is that a good excuse for buying books when maybe you shouldn't be buying them? I don't know. I like the cover, and I wouldn't mind reading it again. I think it's possible that I more so skimmed it rather than fully read it. And then the last one is this big chunker, Stephen King Under the Dome. This is a little bit of a beat up copy. There's some stains on the front page that I'm gonna put tape over because I'm slightly afraid. This is huge, and I still got this for 99 cents. How much is this retail? 20. I'm surprised it's only retails for 20 with how big it is. But I know there was a TV show. I think I've seen like 5 minutes of it because I watched it as it came on TV and then I forgot about it. But you know, I'm trying to get more into horror. Is this a horror? Because I know Stephen King is a horror writer. I just also know that he's tried like dabbling in like just fantasy rather than horror sometimes. But this seems like this sounds like it's like a thriller horror type of deal. So we're gonna give that a shot one of these days, and again, taping up whatever's on the front. I don't know. Or I'm just gonna get rid of the page entirely. The last book I started, Haunting Adeline. I don't know what video's coming up first, but I talk about my March TBR, and I'm deciding to torture myself with a cat and mouse duet. If it's your thing, that's fine. I have personal reasons why I'm worried about stuff like that being out in public. But I started it, and we'll see how that goes. Last book I was gifted. I have not been gifted books like as personal presents like for birthdays or Christmases. But my friend Kia Brown, that sounds funny to say, but just hold on. Not that we're friends, but the fact that I just said I haven't been gifted anything by a friend. But this is an ARC copy. The Secret Summer Promise. She sent this to me, or her publisher sent this to me last year, and I haven't read it yet. I'm gonna wait for this summer to read it. I think it's more young adult. It's a summer friendship, possibly romance type of thing, like teenagers having summer vacation, right? I think that's the last book that I've been given. The last book I gave to someone else was, I believe the title is Disability Visibility. It's by Alice Wong, and it's like a bunch of personal essays from various disabled writers, and I read some of it. I haven't finished it, but I did buy a copy to give to a friend because he also loved books, and he had gifted me a book, so I thought it was fair that I would give him one. I don't know if he's read it, and we don't talk anymore. Last book I finished, The Housemaid by Freda McFadden, and I will have a review on that. I just filmed it. It was like the first video I filmed it today, so that should be up. It'll be up before this tag, I think, so I'll have that link down below. The last book I rated 5 stars. I don't know if I've done that yet. I might have. I think The Running Man by Stephen King might have been a 5. If my incredibly slow and cheapest internet that Cox has available would load Goodreads. Yep, The Running Man by Stephen King has a 5 star, which is, I would say maybe it's more like a 4.5, but I figured I'd round it up to 5 stars. But I actually really liked it. My favorite book ever is Battle Royale, which I'm pretty sure Battle Royale had some, inspiration from The Running Man in terms of, the fact that it's a game show when people are fighting for their life. 2 different types of ways of going about it, but that's the general basic presence of it all. And there were things that I didn't really care for within Running Man, but I don't know, I think it's just because it's like Battle Royale to me, even though The Running Man obviously came first, but you get where I'm going here. But especially that end. I know there's a movie out, but it has like nothing to do with the book beyond like the basic presence of it, which bums me out. I still want to watch the movie though. Last book I rated 2 stars was It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover. And maybe eventually I will do a review on that, because I've already done one Colleen Hoover review on Maybe Someday. But I read It Ends With Us and Verity back to back, which Verity got a higher review. But It Ends With Us, I gave it 2. In terms of writing itself, I preferred it over Maybe Someday. Actually, Maybe Someday also got a 2. But I thought the writing was better in It Ends With Us, but of course I didn't like how it was romanticizing domestic violence and, all of that. It's just, I don't know. I think if it would have just stopped at a certain point, it probably would have been better and wouldn't romanticize it as much. But considering how it ended, considering what Lily, how she ended up keeping her relationship, granted they're still divorced, how she kind of kept the relationship with, I forget the guy's name. And I understand that's, the father, whatever, of the child, of their child. But I don't like how it went. And considering Colleen's controversy, real life controversy, not only with herself, but with her son. Yeah. Last book I listened to. None. I mean, I probably could. There is one book that I would only consider ever probably listening to an audiobook, and that is Dreamland by Nicholas Sparks, only because my favorite man in the world, okay, maybe my second favorite man in the world. My first is Tableau from Epic High. But Austin Nichols, aka my husband from One Tree Hill, he played Julian Baker, but Austin Nichols, my husband, he narrates that book, and I love Austin's voice. I'd probably listen to that. I probably would. I'd probably get the audiobook and then also get the actual physical copy and read along with it, because on my own the hearing aids are not gonna work. I'm not going to understand everything probably, because I still have to look at something visual to be able to have that speech clarity completely 100%. And last book I DNF'd was, the last book I did not finish at 16% apparently, is The Silent Patient by Alex something. I started it at Silent Book Club here in Omaha a couple of days ago, and the woman beside me said that it was a really good book. She really enjoyed it, and I like a thriller, and the synopsis sounded something that was up my alley, but reading it just did not go the way that I wanted it to, or how I imagined it. 16% in, I was just over it. So I did read the Sparks Notes, and as I read the Sparks Notes, I thought, okay, yeah, actually, maybe it would have sounded interesting to continue with, but maybe as a book that I need to check out and have a physical copy of, because reading it on Kindle, I just couldn't get into it, because it wasn't going the way that I wanted. And I think because it's on my Kindle Unlimited, and I'm trying to get through everything on my Kindle Unlimited list before my membership is over, because I'm trying to save money, there's other books on there that I want to get through that I might enjoy reading more, so that can wait. Anyhow, that's all the questions on there. I will have them listed down below as well, so if you want to answer those questions in the comments, you are welcome to. Answer as many or as little as you would like. And for more book club, book content, book reviews, I have a Patreon page, so I will have that link down below if you're interested in becoming a member and supporting the work that I do, not only here but also on my main channel talking about disability, accessibility, and stuff. I also contribute to the bookshelf. I'm just kidding. Maybe, kind of. Again, if you want to. Subscribe if you have not yet. Simon would love it. He wants down. I'm almost at the goal that I would like to have for this channel. At least the first goal. And so I'd love to have you. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. Are you gonna say thank you? But we will see you later. Bye bye. Okay, get down. Go scream your head off.